Check, it's good. My name's Edward. It used to be Ed. It used to be kind of like this, and I talk really small. And then I started practicing Sheng Zhen. So now I'm Edward. And I like that much better. My heart didn't know it was closed, but it was. I was 25, living in my parents' house. My mom came down one day and gave me an advertisement for this beginner Aikido class. She's like, you need to study this. I was like, okay. So I had no idea. In Japanese, the character I means love. The next character ki is the same as chi. Do is the way. So it's the way of ki or chi together with love. All that was right over my head. I just liked the training and the physical part of it. When I was 32, I went to Moab, Utah to visit for a few weeks and ended up staying there for 9 years. I was a very nervous and anxious and angry person. I smoked a lot of cigarettes. So I went to this doctor, Don Leathers, and I said, Don, I want to quit smoking cigarettes. So he said, okay. And he gave me a couple sugar pills, homeopathic remedies. And he gave me this one thing to do. He said, do this. He said, think hands like this and like this. He said, think expand and contract, open and close. I was like, okay. It was kind of weird, but I went home, I started doing it and thinking, okay, in my mind something happened, started some process. 4 years later, I was dating somebody that was one of his students, and she said, hey, my teacher Don is bringing this guy to Moab for a workshop. He is a movement genius. That was the word she used. She said, you should come to the workshop. I said, okay, sounds good to me. So we do this workshop, and we were sitting on the floor, and we had to do a lot of stuff with your arms, holding your arms like this and like this and like this, and I was like, I don't know, it's really hard on my shoulders.
You move too much with your hands. I would just.
Oh.
Now you are totally free. Feel free to move your.
So I thought, after the workshop was done, they played all these messages too about spirituality and stuff, and I listened and I loved it, but I didn't quite get it. And I just remember thinking, this is too hard for my shoulders. I'll never be able to do this practice. I remember going out in the desert a few times and trying to practice and remember, and I kind of did. I thought it was fun, but nothing about love. I don't remember even that word being used. And I remember going out dancing a couple of weeks later at a bar, and I didn't even dance that much. All through high school, I was the kid in the bleachers, biting my nails, wishing I could dance with somebody, and being really like getting up against the wall, just really nervous and didn't move. But I did something, and all of a sudden I'm like, whoa, whose shoulders are these? There was some new movement in my shoulders that really surprised me. Literally, I was like, what the? And I was like, well, maybe that was that thing I was doing. So I practiced a little bit. The next year, I found out he's coming back again. He's coming to teach this Healing 3 form. It's the third part of some 3-part series, but I had to know 1 and 2. So I asked Don, I said, well, okay, sounds good. What do I do? He said, well, you got to come to these classes, over the next couple of months, and you get up to speed. You come with my classes, and this is Lisa Dries' classes, and Catherine's classes, and you should be fine to take this. I said, okay, sure, sounds good. So I went to the place that the classes were being taught, and I saw it's called Sheng Zhen Wuji Wanggong back then, and it was the practice of unconditional love. I was like, no. I imagined old ladies petting cats. I thought it would be totally lame. I'm like, I'm a dude. God, I'm not into that unconditional love thing. So I turned around and walked away. Didn't go to class. Smoking my cigarettes, yelling all the time. And like 10 days before the class, I was just sitting around one day, and it was like a lightning bolt hit me. I have to go to that workshop. I have to go to that thing. I pick up the phone real fast. I dial Don. I'm like, Don, this is Edward or Ed. I did the workshop. I didn't go. I didn't do the classes. I have to go. Can I go? He's like, calm down. come see me tonight, come to Catherine tomorrow, and so on, and go see Lisa for a couple of sessions, and then you should be okay. So I did, actually went to those. And so I go, and I remember the thing that I saw in Master Li. I don't know if it was the first workshop or the second workshop, but I remember he seemed like the most genuinely happy person I'd ever met in my life. He just seemed, I've never seen anybody that happy. I remember looking like, what's really in there? Like, is he on something? Is he just faking it? Like, what? I never experienced that kind of happiness before, but he seemed genuine. So I remember we did this movement. It was like this, and he said this, and he said, open your heart to the whole universe. And I was like, I can do that? Boom, all of a sudden I was like, wow, I can do that. I felt like this expansion of something that I never expected, and I was totally blown away. At the first break, I went out into the desert to have some lunch, and I was like running around in the hills, and then like doing all kinds of stuff. I started doing handstands. I was full of energy, and after the workshop, I felt like I was Superman. I had so much more energy. I could smell better. I could hear better. I could taste things better. Everything I was so charged up and fired up from this workshop that I never heard anybody say open your heart before in my life. I was 36 at the time, and I'm sure maybe they had said that, but I never heard it. So I completely fell in love with the practice. It was the best thing I'd ever felt in my life. I quit smoking easily after that. I don't know, a few weeks later, it just didn't make sense anymore. I just didn't need it. I ended up quitting my software job. I traveled to the Philippines. I traveled to some workshops. I traveled to the Philippines for 3 months for my first teacher training. At one point in the teacher training, we were doing this, I thought was a really difficult movement. I was like, oh, this is really hard. It's really hard. And all of a sudden, like, it became easy. And like, something happened inside. So I my eyes are closed. I'm starting to smile because like, whoa, this is really cool. And all of a sudden, Master was like, everybody stop. And I'm like, I stopped. He's like, no, Ed, you keep going. I was like, okay. And he's like, yeah, look at that smile. It's nice. And I'm like, okay. Every teacher training after that, at some point in the training, at one point I was doing this movement, and I felt something, and like a laser from across the room, he noticed me, and he told everybody to stop, and he had them watch me. Every teacher training, he's done that at least once. He's had everybody stop and look at me, smiling, happy, and joyful. It's incredible to me. I never used to be able to talk to people. At teacher trainings or workshops, I'd sit alone at dinner. Now, I can't help but meet everybody and sit down with everybody. The practice has done so much for me in terms of my physical health. I've gone through a lot of challenges. I went to one teacher training having Lyme's disease with swollen everything and in a wheelchair, and continued the practice. Loved it. Actually, I really appreciated being sick because it gave me a new way to appreciate this practice. Normally I had beautiful movements. That time I couldn't really move, but I learned something even deeper. Every time I've gotten sick, I've done 9 turns or done some practice, and it just, my body feels amazing. I am more in touch with my body and stronger than ever. I dance regularly now, which is unheard of. I go to dance several times a week. I move better than ever. People are amazed at what people started saying, wow, you move so well. And it's like, yeah, nice. And I like being seen now. I like being appreciated for that. And I'm starting to love the effect that I have on other people. I bring joy to other people through my practice and through what it's done for me. In my classes that I've been teaching, people I just smile. I have this is so sweet, and people love it, and it changes people. I've helped so many people. I had one woman who went to one of my classes, and she came back the next week crying. After class, she told me how after one class with me, she'd called her dad up, who she hadn't talked to in like 20 years because something really bad had happened, and he was on the last days of his life on a morphine drip. And she got to talk to him for the last time before he died, like the next day, because of my message of opening the heart. I'm blown away by what it's done for me, what it's enabled me to do for other people. I'll never stop practicing. I am inspired by and intrigued by what else there is. I want to meditate more. I want to have more connection with heaven. I feel the universe in a way I've never felt before. I've had moments at this teacher training where I felt like I was holding galaxies. It was amazing, and tears are coming down my eyes. What else is there? Like, I can't wait to experience more. I can't wait to teach more, to learn more, to practice more, to get better at my movements. I say I used to be Ed, and then after practicing Sheng Zhen, I became such a more complete big person. Now it's Edward. My voice has dropped. I talk with a big resonant voice. Before it's up in my throat, and you can be like, what? I'm like, and now nobody really asks me what, because I speak very loud and very clear. Happier than ever. People point at my heart and they're like, they can see something. They're like, in your heart is strong. It's given me so much. I'm inspired by Master Lee and his daughter and the dedication they have to this practice. A new Ed. Yeah. So the practice has given me so much physically, spiritually, emotionally. I would do like this is one of the poses. I would hold this, and after like 30 seconds, my arms start to tremble, and I get so angry. I'd get up and I'd be like, "Oh, fuck this! Fucking stand it! I hate this practice. I don't want to do it anymore." I bang on the walls. Then I'll sit back down. Or this one in heaven, earth contemplation. Oh, you stop talking already? God, I can't take it. And then I would. But now it's no problem. I hold this forever, and I love it. So it's purified these angry emotions that I've always had in me, and then spiritually, I feel a connection to heaven, and not in a weird way, but as a source of love, and it starts to make sense. Heaven and earth together, like we're here together. After practicing Sheng Zhen for a while, I went back to my Aikido practice, and I started to understand, what is love together with Ki? How do you use love to dissolve the hatred? In Aikido, we practice, people come attack you. How do you merge with the universe and guide that to a better place? How do you dissolve that hatred through your open heart? It's the same practice as Sheng Zhen. So I'm thankful for my mom, who just told me to go practice this thing. I'm thankful to my partner who said go to this workshop, and I feel like I'm this accidental open heart. and like I said, I'll never stop practicing. I want to keep going. I want to see what more it'll do for my body. I especially want to see what more I can do for other people. I can't wait just to teach more and more, and I want to make Master Lee proud of his student. I want to be one of his best students. I want to, he's the head coach. He's an amazing coach, and I'm dedicated to making him proud of being a coach, or having a really good student. And I love working with everybody I love working with, to help them in their own movements. I'll work with anybody. Anybody can always come to me and say, help me with my movements, and I love it. Like I live for it now. I live to help other people, and myself. I want to help myself more so I can help other people more. So I'm a shiny, beautiful person in a way I've never been, and I'm surrounded by people that love me in a way I never expected, but always hoped for, and it's all from the practice of Sheng Zhen. So thank you. Thank you.
Who is next? Give me 2 minutes. I first time go to Manila join teacher training because she said my voice change, emotion change. Not only movement now very good, emotion complete from before, even the voice. I tell you a little. I don't tell what happened. First time she go to Manila join teacher training. Even last day, his voice, emotion. The Philippine people said his voice like the animal before die. And the emotion not good because I know before the training something happened, so can affect him so low. And no， 没有得到人家的允许，这么说。
Without permission.
Without permission, I don't tell you what happened. This time, before teacher training, same thing happened. Can you see the emotion? Yeah. Still very good. I said, read your article, your experience. Before something happened to me, what's your feeling? Now, same thing happened. No problem. Maybe a little problem. After short time, oh no, it's okay. No problem. Means the heart very different from people. Much stronger. Affect you a little. Very different from people when you compare. Even the voice, you already talk about the voice. Even the emotion. Really I can see grow up so much. Movement of course, very good. Important is emotion. The heart. Okay.